Currington here, Family Budget Fisherman. Thank you for tuning in to this another episode on this channel. This is a brief update on this beautiful rod here. As you read in the thumbnail and in the description below the thumbnail, I'm going to give you an update on this beautiful rod here, the St. Croix Legend Extreme. You remember me introducing this several weeks ago to you, and I asked for your opinions as to what I should pair this rod with, and I got a lot of recommendations. I got the Exist, the Stella, the Stratic, the Accents, the Steez. I got all of them. I would say all of the high-end reels, all the high-end reels, I got those recommendations. And I tried every single one of these. I have now done officially 25 hours of fishing on this rod. Now I know I cleaned it up a little bit. It was dirty. I've cleaned it up a little bit, but 25 hours I've done on this rod, and I'm going to give you a review on it at some point later. And the reason why I've done it in such a truncated way is because not only my new schedule, but because I knew that we're coming close to the end of the year, and I wanted to give you an update on my rod arsenal. So I did the 25 hours. I like this rod. I'll tell you its strengths and its weaknesses in that next video. Having said that, I have chosen to actually pair it, because I was just swapping reels. But I've chosen to actually pair it with the Vanford C3000 XG. Number one, because I'm used to this reel now as a high-end reel. I'm familiar with all of its strengths and its weaknesses. I like its performance on here better than even the higher end reels. And even though with those higher end reels, I can tell that they are more sensitive. If I'm fishing and all I need, and I'm fishing with one hand, and I need the feel of the rod as well as the reel, yes, those reels work and they would be worth the money. I, however, am a two-handed fisherman, and I'll give you an example here. I have here with me my Poison Adrena. Okay, this was my number one point guard for fishing. Now it will be the Legend Extreme. So when I fish, and I'll give you an example, when I pitch and flip, I flip like this. I am left-handed, so my power hand is holding the reel. And this is how I set my hooks. But this is my lieutenant. This is how I guide. So when I pitch and flip, I let it go, of course, flip my bail manually, and bring it in that way. Now, a lot of times I need that extra second, so that me switching from one hand to another is a beautiful thing. On the sensitivity, I always hold my line like this. So you can't get more sensitive. There is no reel that's more sensitive than my finger touching the line while I'm fishing. And I do use my hand as part of the presentation of my bait. So for me, this is a $250, $40 or $50 reel. For me to spend another $400 or $600 for a reel just did not make much sense to me. I think it's it's either the Accents or the Exist that's way up there at like $850. Well, I mean, that's $200 more than the rod. So I couldn't justify that expense for the amount of sensitivity that I use on the water. Now, believe me, I wasn't going to pay that much if I were going to buy it, number one. Number two, if I needed it, I would have gotten it. But there was no way to justify that within my family's budget or with what I was doing as a fisherman. So you will see me sport the Vanford C3000 XG for this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rod. And I hope that I can give you some video footage and some pictures, mostly going to be on Instagram, regarding this rod. So that said, no matter what you do, don't break your family's budget try to make any of these purchases, especially during this holiday period. But by every legal means and every ethical means, Do everything you can to break your personal best. I'll see you in the next video. Blessings.